안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
There's so many nationalities here. Who speaks Korean? Okay. Who speaks French? Who speaks English? No. Okay. Welcome. So, I'm Cynthia. I'm the curator of the Faerian gallery. And this is Jakub, my artist, and you said your name properly.
Jerzy. Jerzy.
Yeah, I say Jerzy.
Yeah, so also okay. And George.
Yes. So Faerian was created 3 years ago as the first gallery dedicated to imaginary worlds. So my goal is to represent artists who focus on worlds outside this one. Yes, so the goal is to transport you to different places. And we've exhibited since 3 years ago in many places, including Paris, Rome, Seoul, New York City, and Lisbon. So this is like our 6th or 7th exhibition, and we're super happy to be here. Thank you all so much for coming. So a few pictures from the past exhibitions we had. It was in Paris, at the NFT Factory, in Rome, Italy, at the Mecenas Farnham Gallery, in South Korea, in NFT New York City, where we had those really cool screens where we could display the art. Like there are so many ways, as you can see today. Maybe this is your first time doing digital art, visiting a digital art exhibition, and it's becoming increasingly popular and trendy because we also have now technology to display it, which was not the case in the past. So this is really, really exciting times. Our first collection the theme was light. We had 6 artists on 22 artworks on the theme of light in different settings. And I'll just show you a little bit, just a quick review. Yes, here. So that was the artwork for the first collection. So as you can see, they're very fantasy focused, because I really love fantasy. Yes. And then we went for the second collection. The goal was to depict humanity in a very special way. I'm going to go briefly on it because today we want to talk about darkness, right? But you will see how it is connected actually, they're both connected. So it was a participative art collection where we asked people to actually fill a form, like they will fill a prompt, like you would do with Midjourney or any other AI tool out there. But instead of being AI designing it, it was actually artists who picked the prompts and then designed it. So on the website you can actually see all the prompts that people submitted, and then the artists who designed the prompts over 72 hours doing live art. So that was really impressive event. 72 hours of live streaming, and we displayed that at Lisbon in 2023. So yeah. So Jakub was there. That was the first time we met. He came to the conference.
Yeah, I drew live. You can see the picture that I made right here on this little small tablet. It wasn't easy, but we were drawing live basically with Thomas, who was the second artist.
Yes, and that was our sponsors. That was really, really cool. And the third collection, I really like having the interaction with the audience. So the theme is darkness. And you may see already we have a wall behind you, that's called the Wall of the Earth. And we actually started before the exhibition in January. I displayed this on the website. It was a form, and people could enter their worst fear or nightmare. So, for example, do English, and there's a small introduction text, and then you could write, my worst fear is, I don't know, to be alone. Yes. And that's it. Then you could choose a title, submit it, and then it's displayed now on the website. All the fears that were submitted are here. We also printed them and we associated them to the artworks. And they also just as general view, so it's like very connected to everything. The goal is for you. So the question is, why did we do all this, right? Why should we care about darkness theme? Well, the first thing is So we had 3 collections so far. We had light, humanity, and no darkness. It's because humanity stands symbolically between light and darkness. That's why this order specifically. And now, why darkness? What does it talk about? So do you know who this is? Who is it?
Frankenstein.
Yes.
No, that's me when I wake up.
Okay. Do you know what Frankenstein represents? Why did they make up Frankenstein? What fear does it represent?
He's monster.
He's a monster, yes. But so if you look throughout history, all the monsters you have here in your tales and your stories, they all talk about the fear that people had back then. And Frankenstein, the fear he depicted back then was the fear of technology. It was the Industrial Revolution, many stuff happening, and people were scared that maybe technology will overthrow humanity at some point. So Frankenstein was the embodiment of this fear that people had. Another example, who knows this person?
Dracula.
Dracula, yes. Do you know what he represented? So all the vampire trend during when Dracula was released is to illustrate the fear of Eastern European migrants in the UK back in the time of Dracula. So they depicted migrants as vampires wanted just to take the resources of the people. So yeah, for a long time I also thought those are just nice stories of vampires and monsters, but they're actually very deep and they are really core to our own fears, right? So the question is, today, what are our fears? What is your worst fear? And what are our monsters to depict those fears, right? Frankenstein right now we don't really care because we love technology, we're not scared of it. Dracula, okay, sometimes, and in Europe we're still scared of migrants in some places, but it's not too much what we care most about today. We have different fears. You may read them there. There are so many different themes. There's the theme of loneliness, of death from loved ones, of health, bad health, and so many things that perhaps were not that prominent in the past, but are prominent today. Yes, and you may wonder why I chose those artists. Well, for some reason, dark art is very prominent and important. Every time I type dark art, I always find Polish artists, and they're amazing. So I picked them, and I'm super happy they chose to come here today. So how it worked is that I took all the fears here, and I matched it to their artworks as much as I could. So the goal is for you to have a fear that is matched to the artwork, where you can feel your fear is it's instead of being scared of it, you can just take a step back from it because it's in an imaginary world. Well, that's the question. So now we should go on and present the artists one by one. But yeah, and I want to remind you that after this presentation, you can go and write your fear on the wall. You can also write your fear and attach it to an artwork that you really like. This is really free space. Feel free to walk around. If you want to see, we have also booklets where you can see more of the fears, the artworks. There are translations in English and Korean. Yeah. So, Jakub, please.
Hello everyone, nice to see you all. So first of all, this is me when I get a good night's rest, as opposed to Frankenstein. So I'm a Polish artist from Poland, from a small coastal town in Gorczyca, right here. Yeah, that's what it looks like in the summer. In the winter it's pretty cold, and I don't like it there. So I've been doing art since I was very, very young, ever since kindergarten. Now I'm doing digital painting on my iPad tablet, and I'm very influenced by some of the dark Polish artists like Jagoda and other maybe writers even. So I've been with Faerian from 2022. I've been on exhibitions in Lisbon and all that stuff. So what makes me like dark art, right? So for me, as Cynthia said, humanity has two sides, the light and the dark. And during the day, I think I'm pretty laid back, chill, and like even funny person. So that's my light side, right? And inward, inside, there's a dark side, and every human has it. And what I like to do is I like to represent this dark side through my art, so it doesn't come out and it doesn't destroy and kill people. What else? So, yeah.
So now you are a full-time artist, right?
Yes, I'm a full-time artist.
So he does personal art. I know some people have said some of the art looks like video games, but this is all personal art. It's just that his style may be influenced from the illustration world because he's also an illustrator.
Yeah, so right now I'm an aspiring, my dream is to work for MTG, basically Magic the Gathering, and I'm doing illustrations for Polish legend books and all that stuff. Also doing private commissions, book illustrations, album covers for some metal bands. And yeah, I'm slowly getting there. I'm not like a fully professional artist, but I'm trying my best, and with every year, like my art is, I think, getting better.
Okay. So this is a sample of how you work. So nothing is AI generated. This is all on Photoshop.
So with this print time,
Jak in Poland, louder.
so with this day and age where AI is rampant and it's really, I think it's growing our world basically. I think it's good to take a step back and understand and appreciate the human side of the art. And for me, like process is very important. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. It's like the steps of drawing a horse, right? It's simple sketch and then bang, the next image but no, for real. Like the image starts with basic sketch where I lay out all the important stuff and really think about it. And when I think about it, when I think good, then I move to the colors. Then I think about the colors. Then I think about all the important stuff. And when everything is set, I just detail, and that's the most time-consuming part. But I think it's really good. And as for my programs, at first I used Adobe Photoshop and Human tablets, so I was making it on my computer. Right now I switched to Procreate and iPad, so I can draw pretty much anywhere. I'm also dabbling with some traditional art, but that's yet to come out of my social media and stuff. And I'm also interested in 3D making, 3D stuff, and Jerzy actually inspired me to you know.
One day we will be great 3D artists.
Yeah, I hope so. So yeah, that was about the process.
Thank you. Yes, and yes. So Jakub's side of the exhibition is this, right? This side, and Jerzy is this side. So.
And also that.
Huh?
Also that.
Also there, yes. And you recognize they have two very different styles, so it's really easy to recognize them. Thank you. And after this presentation, you can go to each side and you'll be able to talk with the artist and he can make a guide tour of the artworks. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I must say, this is Jakub and Jerzy. This is the first time in Asia and Korea. They arrived on Wednesday at the airport. I picked them up. So everything is super new for them. Yeah.
Oh. It's amazing here.
Very different.
Can you say
Cool.
hello in Polish?
Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich.
Ewentualnie cześć.
Does anybody
Less official one.
Does anybody here speak Polish?
Also with me here behind the camera is my cousin Konrad and my girlfriend Gosia, who's capturing all this stuff with her phone.
Thank you so much. So now we move to Jerzy.
Hello.
Please pronounce it correctly, I'm so bad at it.
Yeah. I'm also from Poland.
Can you pronounce your full name?
Jerzy, Gorczyca, but my friends call me Irbis, like a snow partner. Because I like cats. All my life, I never had one. but I like cats. Okay, so I'm from Krakow, so old capital of Poland, and I also making art very long, but not whole my life because I transitioned late. When I was younger, I thought of myself more like a chemist, chemistry, math, computer science, thing like this. And then in the late 90s, I start transition to becoming a designer because I didn't start as full-time artist. I started my journey to the computer digital art with design. For many years, I worked as digital designers for press, for social media, for advertisement mainly. But during this era, I saw a potential of digital art of this tool. And I remember that I used to draw, that I used to making things, but now with born digital tools, I can express them. Because I realized that I find my medium. And my real artistic journey started in 2006, 2010. It was a period when I started experimenting with 3D, especially with 3D sculpting. All my art you see here, except of rights, I will text about the rights later, but all my arts are basically 3D sculpted one. I work with digital clay, as you see, and form all the details from the scratch sometimes, but sometimes I like to be inspired of other humans, and these days I like to use 3D scanning technology to just scan rough faces of the people and transform them into something new. This is artwork I'm just working on. It's not finished yet, it's not here. My process is really long because I need to start sometimes from scan, sometimes from scratch, sometimes from sketches, 2D sketches. I'm not good. I'm not as good as Jakub. I just draw things, just like a notes to myself, but I'm not good at all. But then I start to researching the things I would put into my art. So I looking through the web, through the literature, through the music to find right inspiration, right reference for my artwork. All my artwork are based on something, not only for emotion, humans' faces, but also about the style. As you all see, I'm also a dark artist. This one is very interesting because it's deeply connected with Zbigniew Beksiński, because it was made for the collection, NFT collection, who was some kind of tribute to his artwork. And the whole collection was inspired by his first computer. It's why this person have monitors in eyes. You can see full artwork on my Instagram. So this is finished part, sculpted, with all the details, everything made by the hand, but without colors. So then I'm putting everything else on top of the sculpt. So I'm putting all the valors, all the lights, all the colors. I use special 3D techniques because you need to understand when you're talking about today digital art, especially 3D one, you need to use a lot of tools to create your art. 3D artists need to learn a lot of stuff these days because sometimes you can find new ways that inspire you, but sometimes you just need to learn something that make you more efficient in your work. So this graph shows a less artistic side of my artwork. This is generally a graph creating a color of my artwork. I creating all colors by myself. Of course, I'm using software, digital software, Blender, Substance Painter to create colors on textures on my artworks. This is example. This is a digital sculpt, wood plank, sculpt by hand. Where, I used them, but not in color version, but this version in one of the personas, one with the saint. So this is sculpt version. This is version with handly put in texture here. Of course, I use reference photo. Sometimes I photo compose some elements of photo to make things more real. Because for me, detail is very important. Not only emotion, but details. Probably I put a lot of details just for myself because I like it. It's a very calm process.
If I may comment, I was so impressed when you showed me this because I thought you just, 3D sculpting and then maybe you use standard colors, standard textures, like so many softwares have predetermined things, right? But for some reason, you like to do everything by hand. Even the colors, I didn't know you could code your own colors and the textures. So this is really pure work of creation from start to end, like everything is in his hands. Yes. And do you want to talk about this later?
I start talking about this. As I told, is for one of the artworks. I sculpt them, I make texture and materials because this really how should we name it? We make materials. So representation of real world in the digital space. Okay, second thing, this is different. This is totally different because this is my response for AI art, especially generative AI art. I start experimenting because I'm not against the technology. Everything I create is because I have technology. Before I have this program, I was not able to express myself. Because I don't know how. So this is my reflection about the AI and this is some creation fragments because I didn't generate this artwork like some people used to. So I write.
It's the two frames on the left side. That's purely this collection.
Very ugly face made from some junk, yeah? But I don't want this artwork to be made so by machine. I want something of my soul. So I want mix of two worlds. One that is digital and artificial and biological. Me, my soul. So I start experimenting, and first of all, I don't use common known models. You know, when you, I will talk about maybe more about this tomorrow, but basically I train my own AI to generate things I want, and all these things was based on my sketches and my 3D object just transform of the layers on top of my my imagination, and then I choose parts of this object and starting combining it to final pieces, which is here. This is final piece. Just take fragments I like, compose them, overpaint, and make something that wasn't whole generated by AI. I used AI to generate only fragments, and I compose it. This process is very, very important for my interpretation of this series, Scrapwrite series, because this is about internet, AR, and mask, and how people behave in the digital space these days. Everyone wears the mask, and these days also we don't know. We forgot how to differentiate human art from artificial art. And this workflow, I want to combine this work, make them whole and make them mine. Because things that I don't like in total generative process is losing control. Losing control and losing your so input, because if you don't put your hands on your words, you don't transform them, it's not yours. It's made, it's like talking to other artists. For example, I can talk to Jacob or things you do on the first exhibition, yeah? Just letting them paint for you. Commission, just commission instead of computer. You have AI art, of course. We have aspect of who watching and who choose correct the picture, yeah. But with different interpretation of what is art, who is the artist. We will not talk about it. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. So I combine this, make them, and every single one has this workflow from object and 3D sketches to experimenting, changing prompts, changing inputs, manipulating my inputs through AI of AI, and making something mine. So this is example of how I see some of the future art will be. It will be collaboration between machine and the human. But in the end, artwork will be full with emotion, with soul. I think I tried to combine this word. I don't know if I do it right, but we will see. It's from 2022 probably. So and one more thing. I'm always about the expressing the dark side. So I choose especially train model on scraps and jumps because I want to show errors, show fakes, show things that are not correct, corrupted. Yeah, this is my things. I'm seeing corruption. It's a little dark. Okay.
You want to talk about your sculptures?
Okay. And one more thing you may see. I now transition to something new. This is the 3D sculpting. So I basically, you can see this object on one of my artwork, digital soul shard, duality. This was first artwork made with the help of digital scanning technology. Wait. Yeah, it's also a mask. But one of the face is mine. Of course, transform, because I always like to transform and twist things. And second half is of my girlfriend Magda, who is there. And first I create it digitally, but then I realized that now, with edge of technology, we have something that's called digital printing. And now I can transform something not only from the real world to digital, with digital scanning tools, scanners, photogrammetry, everything like that. I think I will show how I scan people tomorrow during my panel, but now you can print. So this is very important to me because for digital artists, especially digital sculpture, you never touch your art. Even if you sculpt in VR, I do it also, you can touch things you made. They're artificial. And now, for the first time, since I became artist, I can touch my art. And this is very important to me, because all my art these days is about connecting digital and real world, putting something into digital world, materialize something that was digital into real world. Also, everything that can connect these things, like some of you may saw on gallery Instagram, I put digital sculpture in front of entrance to the gallery, virtual one. So I use also transition into using augmented reality because if you have 3D sculpture, even it was made just a movie on illustration, you can do something more with it. You have object, real one, and you can transform it and show it in different version, or maybe even make something small and cool, just for fun. Okay? Something more?
No.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It's so impressive.
Thank you.
I'm asking about the 3D printing process. It can take up to 40 hours, right? In total?
Yeah, depend on size and technology you print.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's
this
also
one,
painting process.
this one, both take about 20 hours to print. Print like plastic, without, and then I painted because they are manually painted. Of course, we started to have technology to print with colors, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I asked him if he could do it here, and he was like, no, it's impossible to bring the machine and take so much time to paint. And the colors also, you use it's not
mainly
painting, right?
acrylic paints, yeah, and
Acrylic paints.
some metallic pastes to just make it less plastic-like, yeah? Because this is the first stage, second stage. Maybe one day we'll be casting it in metal, but not these days. Now I'm about slowly transferring to creating physical things. It's strange for digital artists, yeah? But really happy.
Thank you so much. Before we move to the next part, do you have any questions for the artist right now, or for the presentation? Anything? Don't be shy. Happy to answer questions. Or you can keep them for later in small groups. No? Okay. Quick question. Is anyone here an artist, and digital artist in some way? 2D or 3D? No? Okay.
Not only visual, music also.
Yeah, let me do also, yes, I forgot, Jerzy also does music, so in actually this artwork that you will see on the screen afterwards, also on the big screen over there, when it plays there's music behind it, it's also composed by him, it's all electronic music.
Yeah.
So he does everything.
Also that.
You should dance too. That would be perfect.
Not this kind of music.
Perfect.
My music is for sleep, not for dancing.
But yeah, explore your creative side, like there's so much you can do from it, right?
Yeah, because with digital tools you can make basically everything.
Mm-hmm.
And digital space is so wide, so open, you can mix different kind of medium, different techniques. It's really nice. These days when we have these tools and this possibility, thanks to technology.
Thank you so much. So if you're wondering, like if any of you, today you just have to enjoy the exhibition, enjoy the fears, enjoy the interaction with the artist. But if by any chance you come to really appreciate some of the art and really connect with it, you can try to become a collector of the artist. So first come, first serve. If you want to book yours today, feel free to contact me via Instagram or Twitter, or just talk to me now. Or later, if you have time, read today, enjoy the exhibition as much as you want. And we have more events coming in the next 2 weeks until February 28th. We have artist workshops tomorrow, where Jerzy talked a lot today about his meme, but if you're really interested in digital 3D, he's going to show all his secrets tomorrow. Also Jakub, and we'll do a live demo tomorrow, digital art. So you can register on this QR code. We have dinners with the artists, if you want to just chill and have fun with us. There's next Saturday, Wednesday, and next Saturday. They are here until February 22nd. And it's the first time in Korea, so they're always happy to make friends. And even if you don't want to be a collector or anything, we're still super happy to have you.
In the end, everything is about connection.
Yeah, we
Even
want to
in
connect
darkness.
with you, yes.
Even in darkness.
Yes, and we have other presentations at the gallery coming up. So if your friends, you think they will want to come, but they missed the exhibition opening, we can give the same presentation next Wednesday, next Friday, and the Friday after that. But yeah, so it's all here. Feel free to share the link to whoever could be interested. That's the same link through which you registered actually. So voilà, please enjoy the exhibition. And I must say we have catering tonight, privately by French and Polish chef, which is me and Magda and everybody. And I hope you enjoy it because it's also Valentine's Day, so there's a lot of brownie. Everything is homemade. And delicious foods, and it's all dark food because it's darkness. Yes. So dark brownie, dark crepes, dark cheese, even drinks maybe a bit dark, I think. Yeah. So please enjoy, it's on us, and we're happy to have you. Thank you. So now you can go eat in the lounge. I'll present. We have brownie, we have crepes with like some filling inside, secret filling inside. We have crackers with cheese. We have sausages, and we have Polish sweets. All the little sweets you see, it's from Poland, and they brought them for you guys because they love you. So you can eat, drink, or you can also just walk, and the artist will be here to answer your questions and give a private tour of their works. Thank you. And also I want to thank a lot, I want to do the beginning, like social member. Thank a lot the incoming Hungary here. So, because my gallery is online, right? I don't have physical space, so what I do is I do pop-up exhibition like this one. And yeah, there are amazing people like Uncommon Gallery who host us on 2 weeks basis. So we do other exhibitions in the future in other countries, in other cities. Yes, so it's nice actually because I'm nomadic also in my soul, so I like to be able to move. But yeah, thank you so much to all the little hands that helped. I want to thank also Kian who's here. Oh, hi. Kian introduced me to the gallery last year while I was just traveling in Seoul. And I'm so thankful because without him, none of this would exist today. So please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. And we also have a photo booth. We can take pictures for free. And yeah, have fun. Thank you. And don't say to come to me, talk to the artist who's super approachable. Thank you. Bon appétit.